Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here at Cedar Esports, and a pleasure to stay here live and in charge. A little dirt racing action here this Saturday night. Reaper Racing League, ready to rock and roll with some of the best dirt racers out there. If you have not seen the Reaper Racing League, well, you've not been tuning in on Saturdays because they've been absolutely killing it, absolutely amazing. I'd love to hear what kind of racing they're really trying to put themselves into. And these Pro Late models have been absolutely amazing to be able to watch. Cedar Lake is where we're at today. They're out there qualifying. They're gonna run some heats and some extra stuff, and just like it's gonna be a good race. Cedar Lake is a very, 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 very wide racetrack, but it is also a track that carries a lot of momentum. Very differently shaped on the corner exits. You see a flat spot out of there, turn 3 and turn 4. It kind of really makes this track very dynamic. Kind of a whole different look. And a whole different feel, especially when they start getting late into the run and they start working up the racetrack. Very big, deep, flat pockets of dirt can get you slid around. Almost a third of a mile in length here at New Richmond. It is going to be 10 lap heats, 4 to the feature. They'll have their C mains and their B mains, and if they need it, they're going to take 20 drivers to the feature. It'll be a 60 lapper, one fast repair with an open setup. This is an open setup league. Caution laps do not count on the feature and the consi, but everything else doesn't have cautions, so shouldn't have anything to worry about there. Drivers are getting hooked up and ready to go as qualifying will finish up. Big special thank you to all the sponsors over here for the Reaper Racing League. Of course, JJ and SC Racewear is going to sponsor all the heats today, and we're going to get right into the first one here, as Apex is all about giving you a lot of race wear out there as well. Apex Designs out of Ohio. Facebook.com/Apex. JJ and SC Racewear. You can find their link in the description. I encourage you to do it. I'm very excited today as we get heat race number 1 underway. Charles Barnes is going to be your pole sitter. Bud Molyneux is going to be your outside pole sitter. Zach Dillon and Robert Overstreet is going to make up row number 2. Luke Rukowski is going to have Michaela Steffes. I'm a big fan of Michaela. She's going to knock it out of the park. We'll see if she can finish inside the top 4, make the feature before having to go into the consi and have to work her way there. Justin Williams, Justin Brown is going to make up row number 4. Keith Hackney is going to be there, row number 5, as the 9th driver in the field. What is the weather? That's what I was looking at. Big special thank you to PFEFFER Window and Siding, 870-679-9002. Check them out if you need any kind of coolness out there. Just Pro Gaming, give us a big old subscribe out there. Joe Foxer, give us a like as well. Thank you, Joe Garcia. Thank you, Dusty Smith. I appreciate you for the share. Chief Flint RC Raceway. If you can check those guys out, they are down in Florida. An absolute awesome establishment, and not only do they have their own establishment, but they can set up a mobile unit and come right to you. Ludotech Designs, you see it on your screen right there. Definitely check them out. All the links for everybody is in the description, including Klosterman Engraving. You want a good trophy, you gotta check out Klosterman. He does a pretty phenomenal job of the laser etching and the wood engraving. Melvin's Lawn Care, of course, out there as well. MFJ Welding, those who I've heard us talk about MFJ in the past. Absolutely fantastic job of getting out there, having a great organization, and not only that, but a great family gets out there and puts some things together. Red Pirate Bar and Grill out in Florida. I am going to go there the next time I'm in Florida, so that way I can say hello and give everybody the old hey, how you doing from all of us over here at Signature Esports. All right, these cars are ready. I'm ready. Pace truck will dive in. They'll run 10 laps in the heats. Should be 15 in the consi, and then we should see that 60 lap feature coming up. All right. Big ol' yeah. How about it out there, folks? You have it, so reach up, hit that like button for me. I appreciate you doing it. If you could, it goes a long way to help support stream, help support what these drivers are doing. Pitter patter, let's get at it. We're going green flag racing. Heat race number 1 underway. Barnes, Mono, Overstreet, Dylan Rukowski is going to be there. Cephas is going to drop back just one spot here. See if these drivers are going to be able to work. How about the strength of field in this one? 3,030 right now in this first heat. So this is an absolute dangerous group of individuals. They are ready to go. How about Keith Hackney already working his way forward? Big momentum. Oh, 91 goes around. Down to the bottom side. Hackney drops off 1-5 as they continue to work. Michaela trying to work the high side here. Get a little bit more of that grip as these open setups start to click on by. How about Charles Barnes? 12.94 last lap for him. 12.81 this time by. Fastest lap of the circuit so far. 7 laps in. Or I'm sorry, 7 laps to go to be 6 this time by. Barnes with a 1.3 second lead over Bud Molyneux as Bud in the 883 has the 277 iRating. Big send out of the corner. Fast lap for Keith Hackney. Runs a 12.98. Still hasn't touched Charles Barnes 12.80 as the 5 lap to go marker here for Cedar Lake and the Fusion Setup Shop. Reaper Racing League Pro Late Models gets some action. 12.80 now. Hackney says, I've got you. I'm going to be able to send it. That's a 12.80. Runs the fastest lap this last time. It was a 12.793 actually. As the lap times click away. Here's the 21 of Brown. Michaela kind of got beat up on the backside of this one, so we'll see if she's going to be able to dig. She's going to have a lot of work to do here to get herself back up. We're going to have 3 laps to go here. So 21 has a 1.4 second lead over Bud. Digs out of the corner. Michaela just finally able to run her fastest lap. Zach Dillon did so as well in the 20 holding off on the bottom side as they work. Keith Hackney in that 4 spot up 5, trying to make more happen. He's going to be able to make the feature if he keeps it going. Justin Brown upside out, inside out. Caution will come out as they will have a 2-lap shootout. Not quite sure what happened there for Justin Brown, but we will see here. Oh, went to turn into the corner, got a wall tap there. That's what's dangerous about getting up high. And Brown was doing a great job here. The 21 just out of the corner, gets down to the bottom side. Rolls the corner up high here and just kind of taps the wall there to go send himself into the corner. And then Brown that would be a dangerous situation there in the real world. So good to see Justin Brown virtually okay. Hopefully he's not sitting in a sim rig or a motion rig, because that would hurt. Wells Barnes, your race leader, is they did throw a caution. There was cautions in the heats, but hey, that's all good. I don't mind it. Appreciate everybody being out there. Much love to you. Thank you so much. Paul says time to put on a show. Let's get it, boys, and then let's go. Justin Williams, much love, all of you. See you out there on the racing surface there. All right, Barnes, Bud, Overstreet, Hackney. It's going to be your front 4 here. The single file restart should have 2 laps to go, I believe. I think you're going to take the white pretty much whenever they get around here. So they will roll green flag. You might get a black flag there. It'll be white flag this time by. You kind of pass the start-finish line. Or you pass the pace truck. So Barnes comes around, final lap, digs into the corner. Charles Barnes wins in the heat race number 1, the 121 there. Bud in the 883 is going to be second. Keith Hackney third. Robert Overstreet in fourth as the session sets there. Michaela Steffes finishes in 8th, so we'll keep our eye on that next or that first the conceit that's going to be coming up. Jaden Sheehan's going to be your pole sitter for heat race number 2. Jamie Massey's going to be your outside pole sitter. Good to see the House of Speed driver out there. Justin Engel and Tyson Banks is going to make up row number 2. Christopher Joy's going to have Nick King to his outside. Joe Garcia is going to have Dusty Smith there in row number 4. 8 drivers here for heat race number 2 as the JJNSC race where heats are quote unquote heating up. That's kind of the way we like to look at things here. A lot of fun, a lot of entertainment value, and a whole lot happening here for everybody. I do like our Dirt Series racing. It has always been a ton of fun to call and a ton of fun to see what these drivers are going to be able to constantly evolve themselves into, which is just some good dang old people. That's for darn sure. So Apex ready to go. Red Pirate Bar and Grill, giving you all the fun-loving action. All of our points at our rookie standards brought to you by a little blink there, so apologize about that. I wanted to check on some things. Yep. All good. Points brought to you by MFJ Welding. Make sure you check them out. Pole Sitter, always brought to you by Klosterman Engraving. Heat Races, of course, JJSC Raceware. The Cotseas, brought to you by Red Pirate Family Bar and Grill. And Apex Design, CFDA Maids. Michaela, giving us some love out there. How you doing, Michaela? Let's go. Out there on chat. Green flag. Sheehan, Massey, 1-2 here as they roll the corner. Everybody lined out. Tyson Banks making up some ground, trying to make the inside work. It's going to be side by side here as Anglin works the inside as well. Christopher Joy trying to, a little beating and banging going on behind him. Nick King, Justin Anglin getting into it just a little bit back here, but Anglin here, the 82, off to trying to get a better restart here as Jamie Massey runs the fast lap, 13.16. Racetrack starting to come in as Jaden Sheehan rolls the corners, 75-30 I-rated driver here, and Jamie Massey with the 119 as an NLR paint scheme on today. A little white, gray, and green. A little orange, white, and black for Jaden Sheehan on the backside. I call it orange. It looks more, it looks orange. I like it. Tyson Banks in the 747. Give himself a little Boeing because that's what he does. He always flies around this racetrack, and he may be the early guy sometimes, but quite often we like to see what he does because he'll surprise you. He'll run from the back to the field a couple of times. Jamie Massey out front, top three, all within a half second of each other. 0.3 of a second as Jaden Sheehan closes in the pace to Jamie Massey on the backside. 39.51 I-rated driver here moves the corner. You see the nose cam as he tries to slide the gap. 0.3 of a second difference here as Jamie Massey able to get out early. And now these two drivers start to pull away. Tyson Banks up one. Justin Anglin just outside of that marker had a good issue early on, but they'll be able to make it work. Kayla Quinn Gaming, how you doing? Michaela, much love, dear. Giving us a big old like. I thank you. Massey Sheehan, white flag waves, final lap here in heat race number 2 as the 5 tries to get one more out of it. I think Jamie Massey might have the middle lane hooked up. Yeah, he does. Coming around, he's going to almost hit the wall. He's going to win heat race number 2. Start outside pole position for the feature. Top 4 will be Sheehan, Banks, and Christopher Joy. Anglin will have to compete in the Consi. Warm-up coming up as the driver's guy. Actually, I think they're going to skip the Consi. They're skipping the Consi. We're going to go straight to the feature because we have enough drivers to do so. So that'll be the way it sets up. Charles Barnes, having some good. How's Paul doing out there? Paul, how you doing, sir? You having a good day? Let's go, Steffes. Great race, Heart to Heart. Thank you very much. Heart to Heart's going to be our next late night call that we're going to have here coming up in just about a week or so. So Heart to Heart's going to be coming aboard with us for our double header Saturday nights. It's pretty much what we're doing. We picked up Heart to Heart yesterday, actually. So much love to the guys out there. Matthew, let's go. LFG Warrior Racing, says Joe Garcia. Much love to you. Thank you for the chats, folks. Make sure that you continue to do so. Helps the stream, helps support, especially when they kind of get short. And we have like real fast races because we want to make sure these folks get all the engagement very quickly, which is always awesome. We love to see it. And drivers going to have to hook up their cars right now, and with a 60 lap feature, it's as long as they have a green flag run, and for the most part kind of dig, that means they're gonna be working on keeping the fuel cycle in mind. That's one of the big things about this absolutely phenomenal race car. These prolates are just absolutely great on finding your groove and finding your edge, and it's always a ton of fun. Speaking of points, we definitely need to talk about the points. Keith Hackney right now leads in points coming into today's race with 2 wins on the season, and has it's 176 to 158 of Tyson Banks. Tyson Banks, second in points, still looking for that first win. Diesel Jones has a win, sits 4th in the points standings. Christopher Joy has a win as well through the 4 races, sits 8th in the point standings. Keith Hackney trying to go back to back to back. We'll see if he's going to be able to do so. Had a great run last week. Had to work himself back up through the field. Was able to do so. So he kind of doing the same thing this week. So we'll see if he's going to be able to put a little extra oomph on the car and get that setup dialed in straight for this one. A lot of side-by-side racing at Cedar Lake. It's one of the racetracks that the wall destroys you more so than anything else. And usually it happens on the front straightaway. A lot of things happening out of this one. So MFJ Welding giving you all your point series. Love to hear it. Love to see what they've got going on. Much love to all the fine folks that have been out there knocking things down. Let's see. Fusion Setup Shop. Go to FusionSetupShop.com. Check them out. They've got some great setups for dirt and some of the asphalt short track asphalt setups. Whoa, big old slider hit the berm down to the bottom. That's what happens there. You got to go check them out. They're absolutely phenomenal. They know what they're doing when it comes to dirt setups. And some of these drivers actually out here running that Fusion Setup Shop Cedar Lake setup for the Pro Late. So make sure you go check them out. Setup, as far as setup shops go, one of the best. Reaper Racing League has a lot of points and a lot of things happening coming up here for their season. This is the halfway point on this season. So if you want to be a part of the Reaper Racing League's next season, you're going to be able to do that here in about 5 weeks. This is, again, officially the halfway point. Sound is gone. Didn't have any sound gone there, sir. Didn't have any sound gone. I don't know what that is. I've got it feeding on my end. I appreciate you. Got a lot of feeding. So make sure you go check them out. That is where it is. It's what is going on. Much love to all the fine folks. It does get loud and proud here as all of these drivers have some dirt racing action. They're going to be having Tony Martin out there. I think Tony's helping us doing some race control. Maybe Paul's out there doing some racing. Paul, are you RCing today? That was my question. Are you RCing? Sound is feeding on my end, sir. If there's no sound, that's a device issue, or maybe it's just too loud. I don't know. You and Tony are? I thought so. I saw Tony's name out there, and I'm like, why isn't Tony running? I guess he's just RCing. Oh, good. Like it. All right. You know, the fastest lap of the circuit, I think that was Keith Hackney. 12:793 was what he ran. Nobody's ran faster than a 13:10 since the change. So we'll see if we're going to see any kind of we'll see if there's any kind of change here. That's going to be. It fixed itself. Whatever was going on there, I'm not quite sure. I don't know what was going on with that. So, not had any sound issues in pretty much 2.5 years. So, if there's sound issues, it's a shocking thing. All right. Kloshman engraving, pole sitter is going to be Charles Barnes. J.B. Massey is going to be your outside pole sitter. Bud Molyneux is going to have J.D. Sheehan in row number 2. Keith Hackney is going to have Tyson Banks to the outside row number 3. Robert Overstreet, Christopher Joy in row number 4. Justin Williams, Justin Anglin, row number 5. Rakoski is going to have Nick King in row number 6. Down the starting grid we go. Row 7, Zach Dillon, Joe Garcia. Row 8, Michaela Steffes is going to have Dusty Smith, Justin Brown, last of the drivers as these drivers get out and have some fun. Is the 91 going to the back? Is Keith trying to go from the back to the front? Zach, thank you for the like, sir. Much love to you, my friend. Good luck in your race today. Is that what he's doing? Is Keith acting? Does he have a penalty? What? Am I missing something? I should have looked. See, there's no penalty, right? Or is he trying to go from the back to the front? Penalties. No penalties. I see no penalties. No, okay. All right. Hey, you know what? Maybe, did you put a bounty on him? Is that what happened? Did you put a bounty out? Say, hey, you know, if you can, if you can go from the back to the front, this is how it goes. I mean, could be worse. He won 2 in a row, so he's got. Oh, are you guys doing that this season? I didn't even know it. Didn't even know it. So my bad on that one. Green flag. He elected to take the EOL this week. It's all good. Caution. Back-to-back. Nick King, Joe Garcia involved on lap 1. Let's take a look. Oh, that was a weird bump. Yeah, a lot of bumping in the back here. It gets to 43 around. So that's what I would say. I think Bud was, I don't know, did Bud blink out? Here, let's take a look. So the 49 is right here. This is, there's the 40. Is Michaela running the 40 or the 49? I've got a 49 out there. Maybe I'm just reading that wrong. All right, anyway, here's Michaela right here. And you got the 21 behind her. That's Justin Brown. Justin Brown gets to get in the corner here. They're kind of right there. 114's there on the outside. So on the bottom side, kind of bumping. Yeah, it bumps the 49 or Michaela there. And that gets the 114 up into the 21. So you kind of gotta keep yourselves in check and try not to ram into each other right there. I'm surprised you guys don't do the Nebraska restart. That's for sure. Or which way you guys call it. All right. I mean, you can bump in the real world, but these cars are too flimsy. Green flag. Charles Barnes, Massey, and here they go. TrackDogsRacing.net Apex, giving you all the action here for your feature. As we come around, it should reset. Yep, lap 3 of 60. Massey trying to work into the bottom. Jamie Massey trying to get some of that race line back. You watched in the feature, or in the heat race, Charles Barnes of the 121 was able to make that work. And he's going to be working the outside lane here, trying to work some of that grip down. Massey on the bottom side in the 119. Banks sitting in 6th here. Ooh, baby. Moves up to 5th, up 4. Overstreet's going to be up 4 as well. There's Christopher Joy in the 032. Zach Dillon up 3 as well. Dillon trying to work back to front. Bud having an issue. What happened to Bud? No good. Overstreet, fastest lap of the circuit so far. 13.51. Jamie Massey out front. As the 121 goes back to work, here's Charles Barnes into the corner. Barnes has to work back to Jamie Massey again. Overstreet in 3rd. Christopher Joy's going to be in 4th as they continue to work the corner. Keith Hackney from the back to the front. 2 in a row. Goes to the mid lane. He's going to work all over the back bumper of the 82. Anglin under fire. 13.44. Don, becoming a member. Thank you for the membership out there on our supporter. Much love to you. Thank you, Shano, becoming a member of the YouTube Warrior Nation. Thank you so much. You get access to my private member videos, which is usually OBS secrets that I do. As we're 10 of 60, now 11 working as Hackney tries to get around a few more drivers. Tyson Banks is going to run the high side here as this track starts to wear out. A lot of action continuing to work as this mixed camera gives you some feel. 91, 747 battling side by side as the drivers put a little more effort into this one. Big dig out of the corner. Massey still trying to hold off Barnes. Barnes was fast and furious in that heat race. A lot of grip settled in as now Jamie Massey tries to work over this race line. A lot of good racing happening across the racetrack as we see if Keith Hackney can go from the back to the front. Had the pace and had the speed to do it in the heat race. Barnes, 13.39, runs the fastest lap of the race and is about 2/10 of a second faster this last time by than Jamie Massey. 121 finally dialing in the circuit here. Sorry about that, folks. There it is, 15 of 60. As we see things working over the corner. Massey, Barnes, Overstreet. Joy's going to be front. The top 4, top 5 is going to be, you're going to see Jaden Sheehan off 1. Sheehan had a great heat race. Now trying to work into finding that extra He needs just a little bit more out of the corner. He's got Hackney of the 91 behind. Keith Hackney trying to make it back-to-back-to-back three-peat here in the series. It's Hackney's slider onto the bottom side, and Christopher Joy in fourth. Overjoyed. Here's the 32 of Christopher Joy. Joy trying to make himself known for that middle lane. Look at him roll. Actually, a great drive off. Playing a little catch-up here to the front row as Jamie Massey delivers some great defense here. A little wall tap for the 119 as the 121 goes to work. Both of the teammates 1 and 2 as Massey and Barnes work their own respective lines. I think the 121 has a little bit more gain here and can probably make the pass on his teammate as they work the high side. 119 run closer to the wall. Barnes a little bit closer on this race line. Is going to be able to be that mid lane here. Watch the exit. The 121 has the better car right now, and Massey about to be under fire. 0.2 of a second difference here is a little wall tap for the 119. Joe Garcia just ran his fastest lap of the race. Nick King trying to close it a little bit more. Everybody learning just a little bit more each and every lap as these drivers putting on a phenomenal show here. 22 of 60 is the halfway mark. Starts to show a little bit of competition here in the back of the track. 49 and the 40 and the 021 of Dusty Smith. Getting a little door banging action back here in the back of the pack. Dusty Smith running in 16. So the drivers alternating spots here. Get themselves into the corner. Jamie Massey up high. Barnes to the bottom side. Barnes trying to find a little extra groove as the slider goes to the advantage of the 119. Little lap traffic coming into play now as Michaela is going to be the first driver off the lead lap. Playing a little catch up to Luke Rakoski. Rakoski off 3 from the start of the race, but definitely holding his own. And I do believe the wall is starting to beat up, and now the track surface is starting to wear out. You see the 119 and the 121. Steffes is going to be there on that inside line of Rakoski. Little battle going on here for the 330 and the 40. As right now that side-by-side racing just as important. Jeremy giving us a like. Let's go, Mr. Pettis. 49, 330, 119. Looks to go and split the seam. 119 and right now the 49 and the 330 have their own battle going on, and so they're going to give up the outside lane to the race leaders. 119, 121. Steffes almost goes around as Rakoski. She almost gets into him. So Dusty Smith's going to have a chance to play catch up here. Paul, thank you for the like, sir. I appreciate you. Massey rolling into the corner. You see the 330 still digging a little bit out of that wake. We'll see if that 7/10 of a second lead as the 119 gets up into the wall. There goes Michaela, 49 up there as well. Overstreet in third. Still looking ahead, saying, I've got a little bit of time. This is the first time we've seen since about 2 weeks prior to the Christmas break that we've seen a long green flag run result in any kind of lap traffic, and this is going to get into some lap traffic here as these drivers go to work. 31 of 60, halfway mark underway. Massey, Barnes, Overstreet, Joy, Hackney's going to be your top 5. Jaden Sheehan in that 6th spot. Tyson Banks in 7th. Absolutely love the Warriors. Thank you for being part of the Warrior Nation. Thank you to the supporters and the members and the 121. Going to have a run on the outside here. He's going to be able to take it away from his teammate Massey. Going to have to pull a slider. It's the crossover for the 121. 43 in the mix. I'm not quite sure what happened there to Barnes. Barnes kind of had the momentum, had the outside lane, and right now a little battle with the 43 and the 20 of Zach Dillon in front of him. 119 up into the wall, 121 there as well. They're trying to get some kind of groove here as the 121's going to have that he can have the momentum here, but I think he might have just given the line back up to the 119. Charles Barnes has the better car here. They're 3 wide. Back to 2. Lap traffic. 43 battles back. Gets his lap back. Says, I'm not done. Nick King on the outside. 121 into the corner. 43 back on the outside. Trying to keep his lap. 43 has been doing some battling here as the 121 looks to go and try to make a dent into this. Race line or not, 43 still works the high lane. Massey still trying to clear, not clear yet. 43 putting a hurting on him as right now the 43 looks to almost go around, try to get that high lane from these drivers. Teammates split the 43, and now Nick King has to go back to work. King wants his lap back, because right now there's a whole lot happening behind. Nick King had the race car here to be able to try to stay on the lead lap. And don't count him out just yet. If he can get himself back up into the mix here, 21 laps to go, he can get back on the lead lap and start playing. He was catching Joe Garcia here as the first driver off the lead lap. Sorry, Justin Williams. He was catching Justin Williams, who was the first car off the lead lap. Justin Williams is not the worst car. He's in the 24. He's actually doing a pretty darn good job. Last lap for him, 14:22. Massey ran a 13.84, and Charles Barnes absolutely has an opportunity here. How about Keith Hackney, though? He's got enough laps. He's been trying to get himself around these drivers. He sees Christopher Joy there. Overstreet goes back to fifth. Good battle here for third, fourth, and fifth as we see the 20 of Zach Dillon right in the bottom side. Steffes gets around Rakoski in 15th. Off board, just didn't have the reset, just didn't have the start to this one. And it may be a setup adjustment as this track has been wearing. Whole lot of lap traffic. 16 laps to go here for the Apex Racing feature for Fusion Setup Shop Reaper Series. 121, trying to hold off some of the lap traffic behind. But that's the 24, Justin Williams going a lap down. 32, trying to hold off the 91 of Keith Hackney. Jamie Massey with 15 laps to go. You see the setup working for Keith Hackney. Try to go with 3 in a row. 3 podiums in a row. Not a bad idea as well. So we'll see if he's going to be able to hold off Christopher Joy. Right now, combined I rating for your top 5 is just over 27,000 I rating. Oh, 91. As I spoke too soon, Keith Hackney. We'll take a look real quick. Got into the bottom side here, gets back into the throttle. This is what happened. And just taps the wall. That wall reached out and bit him, and it didn't look like it should have. We go back to it. So caution will come out. As Keith Hackney will be on pit road. He's going to be scored a lap down. He had to jump to pit road. Dusty Smith had an issue here with the 21. There's a 46 to the outside. Oh, just looped around. Just try to wheel that thing. Spencer out there. What's going on, Spencer? Much love to you. Shano, let's go, Steffes, a.k.a. Bait. Love it. We tried the Delaware double, but it was hard to keep track of it. Oh, I got you. No worries. I know some people call it, there was the Delaware double file, and then I think over here, one of the guys called it Nebraska something. I can't remember what the other name was, what it's been. So. Sean giving some love, much love out there. Michaela went ahead and got the. I'm a fan of Michaela. I'm a fan. Get out there and kick these boys' butts. What I'm saying. Sean, keep rooting her on, man. Keep doing it. Massey, Barnes, Joy Overstreet. You guys will see here pretty soon. We're going to repost a link on our Facebook page to a podcast that I was a part of yesterday about kind of the history of what I've done and the history of what we've done over here at Signature Esports. Kind of a part 1, I guess. I think they're going to be part 1 of part. I think we're going to do another one to kind of get into it because it was a long 2 hours of chit chatting. But we'll post that. We'll talk about some real dirt stuff that my old lady's gotten involved in over here for the Diamond Dirt Track at the Lucas Oil Speedway. All good stuff. My missus loves. I wish I get her I wish I can get her to be more into iRacing as far as the simulation side. She likes to get out there and do the wives battle stuff, but she doesn't really get out there and run any dirt. She used to run dirt. Used to have a ton of fun. You need to fire up iRacing again? It's been too long, dude. Get out there and run it, man. We'd love to see you out there. Massey, Barnes, Joy Overstreet. And we'll post a link for that wonderful, 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 wonderful. What's in a $1 ball? There we go. We'll put a link out. There's a link to the Reaper Racing League Discord. Green flag, Massey, Barnes. Ooh, 121. Straight up into the wall there. So now the 32 of Joy takes over the bottom side. But the 121 trying to battle back. How about it? Sheehan in the mix as well. Keith Hackney will be a lap down. Would have to drive all the way back around this racetrack to get himself back in the mix. And right now, Christopher Joy had to drive through a few drivers here to get to it, but he is there. He is competing, ready to rock and roll. 9 laps to go as the Apex feature rolls into the corner. Facebook.com, apexdesigns.oh. That's what you're going to get. Nathan Smith's giving a big old how are you doing to Massey. I still think that Charles Barnes has the better car, but unable to get around it. But is running faster laps now, able to utilize that high race line. 7 laps to go. He's got to be in full send mode as he puts it up near the wall. Has the only place where the grip is. And right now, Christopher Joy trying to work over Jamie Massey. Look down the back straightaway as these drivers go to work. Joy to the inside of Massey. Caution comes back out as Justin Anglin involved. Joy had to work very hard to set up that pass and would have had the pass or would have had an attempt at the pass. He was very close there, but just didn't have it. Here's what happened to Anglin. 46 kind of tail whip there. Looks like 82 right here. Just maybe, just a little bit too much. Oh, the tire came off. We'll get that infield crew out there and get that fixed. Caution comes out for the 3rd time as drivers go to it. Come on now. Here we go. We'll have a single file restart. It'll be the 119 to 32 of Christopher Joy and the 121 of Charles Barnes. Sheehan's going to be in 4th, right where he started. Overstreet in the 7th. 8 drivers on the lead lap. Anglin, if he can make it back out from the toe with that fast repair, should be able to get out there and still be able to run. So we'll see if that's going to happen. The toes here are very quick, and they should be able to get it reset. Anglin should be able to get himself out if he can reset and put himself back on back on it. Yep, I do believe he's going to be out of. He might actually be out of the race. So unfortunate here for him. We should have 7 laps to go, 6 laps to go, something like that. These trucks going to be in. This next time by, little live look at where these drivers are putting themselves in the mix. Pace trucks in, full send. Green flag. Whoa. Big mess up there in the back. Tyson Banks, Sheehan Overstreet. Garcia all involved. Here's what happened. Just not the restart. Ooh, that was a 747 on the 5. So that's Tyson Banks right here. Let's see what happened. They got up into the corner. I think the 5 followed the 121 as Charles Barnes hits the back here. There's Jaden Sheehan in the 5. 121 hits the wall, and the 5 just goes right into it with him. That's literally a follow the leader, but the 5 hit it much harder. And that collected a lot of people out there. So we'll take this back to the live conditions as fast repairs are aplenty. A couple of late cautions here. As Jamie Massey will just need to control some restarts. Christopher Joy is going to have to pull off the slider of a lifetime. We're going to be under 5 laps to go. Yeah, made sure to put the that Discord link there. And those who want to get out and run, or get out and chill with us in my Discord, make sure that you do that. There it is. It's a pitter patter, let's get at her moment. Massey, Joy, Barnes, Banks, Garcia. Charles Barnes in 4th. I'm sorry, Charles Barnes in 3rd, Brown in 4th, Tyson Banks in 5th. We have 7 drivers on the lead lap. Overstreet still, I believe, trying to get that car out. It looks like he's going to be out of the race. Pace truck gives a little extra effort, and we'll see if these drivers have a little bit more going on. 32, trying to get the tires nice and cooled off. Not much grip left in this track. It's pretty much dried up. 60 laps is a lot of laps to be running on this race surface, and it's pretty much the way things have looked as it starts to glass over. Not near as glossy as we're used to seeing, but definitely one of those racing surfaces that have that real nice downhill approach. A lot of bumps, a lot of different shapes. It's unique, and now the grip is pretty much up near the wall. We'll see if anybody's going to be able to utilize the bottom side and try to get any kind of grip. I know that when I was running here the other day, when I did some test laps, I noticed after about 15 or 16 laps on the circuit, that bottom side, you kind of had to run high and egg in to have a straight line drive out. And these drivers doing exactly that. Little diamond-shaped aspect. I'm terrible at driving the circuit, but boy, do I like calling it. I know what the cars are supposed to do, and they're doing it. That's for darn sure. Thank you to Fusion Setup Shop. Thank you to all the sponsors over here for the Reaper Racing Series. Now we are green again. 4 to go. It'll be 3 this time by. How many more spots can you get? 121 up into the wall. As Jamie Massey. You see it. Brown going to 3rd. Justin Brown up 14 spots. 121 trying to make the outside lane work. 3 laps to go. 3 and 4. You see the 32 and the 19. Oh, baby. The 32 had that. Rakoski, Garcia involved. Massey is going to be your race leader here based on timing of the last lap completed. The 330 here just gets into the wall and it turns him around. The wall reaches out and clips him, similar to what happened to Keith Hackney earlier. And so Luke jumps to pit road. Joe Garcia in, I believe, maybe taking that fast repair, get that car worked on. So Jamie Massey, your race leader, as Christopher Joy had the pass, or was working on the pass. Massey able to hold him off, and a caution comes out. I'm not quite sure who would have led that lap, but they were door to door on corner exit. And it looked like Christopher Joy had a good run, but that outside line has been prevailing and has been a good line for Massey to be able to defend. He's been able to defend his teammate off all race long. Charles Barnes, your Gloucesterman engraving pole sitter for today's race, had a dominating performance in the heat. Finds himself outside of a podium position right now as Justin Brown goes to work. Green flag, as will be 2 laps to go. bottom side for the 32. Door to door. Bumper to bumper. They're going to come around. Can they do it? White flag waves. Final lap here at Cedar Lake as Massey puts on a hurting. Able to take the lead. Finds it down on the bottom side. Jamie Massey gets that first win. As a 121 of Charles Barnes will come home third. And Christopher Joy finishes second. So Charles Barnes, Justin Brown had an issue there. We'll see. This happened right here. Here's the 21 of Justin Brown gets out of the corner. It's just fine. Gets into the corner. Oh, man, the 121 sent him around. Charles Barnes got quickly into the corner, and the 747 up into him and gets sent around as well. But Jamie Massey with the victory here does a phenomenal job. Great drive for that driver. I thought Charles Barnes was going to be the guy to beat here today, but Massey turns it on late. Turns it on early in the feature and is able to really dig out of that and do a phenomenal job. So congratulations to the 119. Christopher Joyce going to be in second. Charles Barnes in third. Tyson Banks is going to be in fourth. Jaden Sheehan in fifth. Justin Brown, Keith Hackney, sixth and seventh. Nick King, Michaela Steffes. Michaela gets in the top 10. Fantastic drive around. Nick King, Justin Brown, both first drivers off the lead lap. I'm sorry, not Justin Brown. Keith Hackney and Nick King, first drivers off the lead lap. Then Michaela there as well. Zach Dillon finishes inside the top 10. Williams, Smith, Garcia, Rakoski, and Overstreet's going to be your 15th drivers there. Thank you to Justin Anglin. Bud had connection issues early, so 'tis the way that one is. You're not coming out when they're going green in turn 4, Great Rose? Yes, sir. Asked for a 1 to green by the time you made it to the end of the pits, so that sucks. Terry James, thank you for the like. Chad, thank you for subscribing out there as well. Is that what happened? I'm sorry about that, Joe. That sucks, man. They asked for 1 to green by the time you made it to the end of the pits and they were green. That sucks. That really does suck. Well, that's unfortunate. You had a fast car there. That's for darn sure. Let's reach up and have a conversation with some of these drivers because that's what we're here to do. Make sure that that happens. Jamie Massey is going to be your race winner here today. My man, you had a great drive. Had a fantastic heat race. Able to set yourself up for that outside pole position. Battled there with your teammate. It looked like Charles had the faster car there for a little bit, but you turned around and you showed him exactly what it's worth.
Yeah, we had a little higher air pressure than everybody. I wanted to kind of set a blistering pace because I knew that Keith was going to be coming from the back, so I was trying to get as far. I figured it might go green a little bit, so I was trying to get as far of a lead as I could. But then after about 20 laps, I was like, well, we might better slow this thing down a little bit because I knew that I had way higher air pressure, and we got way out front there. Me and Charles was kind of just trying to maintain our pace and got in lap traffic, and then them late cautions. Man, I didn't have the best car tonight. Not by no means. Definitely not at the end. I didn't have the best tire pressure. We'll go with that.
Right.
Them cautions saved me. Chris had me past right before that last caution. He got door to door with me, and he raced me really clean. A lot of times, me and him, we know we respect each other a lot. We may not get along most of the time, but he raced me really clean tonight, and gained a lot of my respect back, and I appreciate that.
Well, I know that I was talking about you and your teammate there for a little bit. I thought there for a moment your teammate, when he had made a pass and it was through some lap traffic, but it looked like he was like, you know what, it was kind of, I don't know, it was an awkward pass in some lap traffic, and he was like, maybe you deserve to still have that position. It was that kind of on your mind when you were getting through the lap traffic, try to pass them clean and try to race your teammate clean as well, but still try to be fast?
No, I had a guy racing me like we was racing for $5,000 there, and he was lapped down, and I don't know what the deal was, and kind of got into me, and then I got into Charles, and Charles didn't give it back to me, but that's what it kind of looked like because I got into Charles and he got tight, so it gave me the lead back. Yeah, man, I don't know. If I if I'm a lap car, I'm moving out of the way for the leaders. Like it's over. I'm done. You know what I mean? Like I guess it's more of a respect thing, and I get that you're not trying to go a lap down, but come on, man, you ain't got to block the man to the bottom or jack him up when he throws a slider on you. Let him go. I mean,
I don't
he
know.
didn't lap for a reason.
When I was watching that segment right there, he was just running the outside lane. He was fast. He was trying to work his position as well. He had to in the way that actually developed up there. He was just in the position to run the lap that he was. Once you got around him and once you made it work, he ran the bottom side to make it clear. You know, I think there's more in that segment that was kind of working against everybody. He was just fast on that outside lane, and you just had to work a little. I think you had to work a little harder there to get that slider off, which it made for a great show. So don't like it was great racing, and I know he again. I at a certain point you're like, okay, well this is I'm not gaining, he's not gaining. Let's see if we can just fall in line a little bit. But yeah. I get it. I do get it.
My thing is you know I passed him clean, and then he's up and says he's gonna dump me next time or whatever. You know, that's
I don't hear that stuff, so that's not on me. So
it is what it is, man. I'm just here to race, and you know, I'm just here to race, and I race everybody how they race me, and you know, I was just trying to put myself in position to get by, and like I said, you know, they're racing too. I get it, 100%. I'm with that, man, and you know, I want them to race too, but I mean, you can't get mad if a leader parks on your nose. They gotta go. You know what I mean? But it was a heck of a race, man. I enjoyed it. Track was really slick and real racy. You can move around a lot of lanes. I felt really good.
Cedar Lake played differently today than what it normally does. It really did. My man, congratulations on the finish here. That was it was a good race. It was a really good race. I'm glad to see Cedar Lake not dump a lot of people.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
All right, brother, give you shout outs. Get the victory here today.
Yeah, man, I want to thank everybody over at NLR, House of Speed, Papa Mike's Promotions, Heartland Harley Davidson, Tunnel Vision by Hackney, Grip Hackney Live, you for broadcasting, and man, enjoy for running me clean there, man. I appreciate that a lot, and I'll return the favor next time we race together. See you, buddy.
Always. That's Jamie Massey. Get the victory today and knocking it out of the park. Nick, stayed up against the wall, dude. And that's what I said. I said it was a great end to that race. That's exactly what I said. It made for great racing. You were trying to stay on the lead lap. You were also racing. You had a race in front of you. I completely agree. I don't disagree with that. When it comes to what was said or on the track, that's between the admins and everybody else. So that's you guys can take it up with each other. I saw the race, and it was a great call. I was calling it as it was. Let's talk to your P2 finisher. Is going to be Christopher Joy, who almost had it, but a caution comes out at the most inopportune time. Chris, tell me about it, man. It was a good battle you had going on there.
Yeah, I didn't put the right setup in for qualifying, and I mean that's kind of what screwed up this whole race for me. If you don't start up front here, it's hard to kind of make track up. But luckily, tires kind of came in at the end, and just cautions just caused me a win. But I mean that's racing. Can't be mad about that. I mean I'll run with Jamie any day like that. So.
And Jamie said he was like, we sometimes don't get along, and there's some things like that may or may not work. But today you got a lot of respect back. I think you've been driving everybody with a ton of respect and watching. I mean, you're up 6 spots. You went back to 10th at one point, but then were able to work yourself back up into that 2 spot. Caution doesn't come, or at least if you had gotten to the start finish line. Before that caution comes out, you have the noselead there. What turned it on so late? He was talking about he had some higher tire pressures. Was it just finally getting to the point where you could get into a groove without traffic?
Well, they were running the top the first third of that race, so I knew right then and there, even if they were on the same tire pressures as me, I just had to, I knew a caution would happen. I mean, I was really hoping so, but I was reeling them in before the caution, but they had a couple seconds on me, but when 60 laps, you still got to save a decent amount in these pros. I still had like 45% tire left, so I had about 10% more. I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're running on rubbered up slick like this, I mean, everything counts. So
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, when you're running glass, that's what that's what I see. That's what I see from my point of view up here. It looks like a big old sheet of glass. It does matter to be able to have any kind of grip, that's for sure. The tires might be spinning in a circle faster than what you're actually traveling, but it does matter. But Chris, congratulations. Yep. P2 finish, man, another podium here. So we don't have a three-peat from Keith Hackney, so that's a good thing. It's going to be a good night in points for you as well. Try to traverse your way up, get yourself that extra momentum through the next half of the season. What's your plan for the next half?
Well, I kind of wish I would have saw. I knew there'd be some money in this, but I didn't know there'd be 300 for first place, or I wouldn't have missed last week. I went to go watch a race, kind of a local indoor show that we do once a year here in Indiana, and you guys posted that on the day I was already up there, but I wouldn't have had time to come back to even get back on anyways. But now I got some. I'll have to keep in the top 3 these next races and try to get back up there in points. I was tied with Keith, but I've had one race where I got to the feature and my VR went black, and then that last race last week I just couldn't even make it. So I got almost 2 races basically. So I'll have my workout cut out for me for sure.
Well, I mean, you're fifth in points right now, so that's not bad. You still got a win there. Yeah. And the points, I mean, Keith has got a 20-point lead right now over Tyson. I know they're going to do some updates on the points, but right now it looks like you're sitting 5th, 172. But hey, that's something that can still happen. So I know it's going to be good. Give your shout outs, man. P2 finish. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I just want to thank you guys first off for the broadcast and the league and everything. I want to thank the guys over at Majula Say Speed Shop, Fergie CFM, Shop Fergie 22, Sweet Victory Apparel, Elliot's Custom Trailers in Warsaw, Indiana, Fat Ed's Eyewear, H Sons Racing, Outlaw Graphics, and Jamie on the win.
Love to hear it, man. Congratulations once again. I'll see you next week.
Cool. Sounds good.
Christopher Joy, P2 finisher here today. Last but not least, let's talk to the guy who I thought was the fastest guy out there and was at one point really putting a hurting on your teammate there. Charles Barnes finishes in 3rd. This one was it just seemed like you had the better race car, especially about midway through this race when you're getting into that long green flag run. You had the momentum.
Yeah, I was running the momentum line up there on the top, and Jamie didn't really want to move up there, and I knew I was faster than him. It's just hard to pass when he's the line he was running because he'd come up all the way to the wall. I can't get mad at him for running his line, but I felt good. I felt about lap 50 though. I think I burned my tires up on that last or third from last restart, whichever one it was. And that's when Chris got to 2nd, and I got to give it to him. He drove a great race, but I think my tire pressure, I think I went a little too high, burned him up early, but I got to give it to Jamie. He held on.
Had a good race in the middle of that one. Last restart, you're sitting 4th. I know that, I think it was Justin Brown was the butt that you got into, and he went around there for a moment. Just bad timing was what it looked like from my point of view. What did you see out of your windshield?
I thought he was going to run a slider line, so that's where I was going to kind of run up to about middle of the corner and come off. Well, when I went to turn down, I kind of noticed something was up with his car. He wasn't pointing in the direction the way the way he needed to enter. And so when I saw that, I kind of, he looked tight. So I tried to drift away above him, but it was too late by the time I realized. And I called him. I mean, I wish I could take it back, but there's nothing I can do about it now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But I mean, that's why I always ask the question. And I asked it the way I did for a reason. So,
yeah.
So give everybody the opportunity. And it's unfortunate. He was running. You guys were running a good race. You could see that late in the run. I think it was the 5 was behind you. You kind of came up and got into the wall. That was before that. It was like second to last caution or something like that. You could see that your entry wasn't where you needed to be. And is that just a testament to trying to get your your right rear on set on that line where you need to find grip when you're trying to run the wall like that?
I was trying to, but a lot of it, I think later in the race, I couldn't enter the way I needed to. I was so tight getting in on the top. And so when I would go to try to set it in there, it would shove. So I'd have to drag the brake and it would kind of snap it loose. And it worked. It wasn't as fast. I needed it to really just rotate in there, but I was trying my best to hit that top. It's got a little sketchy there towards the end because the cushion kind of went away.
Yeah. See, that's why I asked. That's why I asked all the important questions here, is so that way I can have a better understanding the next time that if I see that happening, I can have that. I can see what these pro lates are doing, because I know when the super lates kind of get up there and they run that outside lane, you're seeing the right rear fender just pretty much scrape the wall almost the entire time. So these ones are good. This was a good race, man. Charles, you got the pole today. It was a heck of a time to get up there and shine. Won your heat race, and we dominated your heat race. Had the fastest lap of the circuit there. I don't think anybody touched you. It was a 12.79, I believe, is what I saw. 12.793, I think was what the fastest lap was. I'll have to look at that again. But phenomenal race today. You guys knocked it out of the park. Congratulations, of course, on the victory here. This was on a P3 finish, a podium finish today. We've got points being updated and all the things that are happening there. What's your plan for the rest of the season here?
I think I'm gonna finish out my evening watching the Wild West Shootout and hanging out with some friends in Discord.
I love it, man. Be good. I appreciate you. Give a shout out. So you got a P3 finish.
I gotta give a shout out to everybody over at House of Speed for the bad fast setups. Keith and Jamie, of course, for any knowledge input they gave me. You for broadcasting it. All the guys over at the League Reaper for putting this thing on and dealing with all of us drivers that are all headaches usually. And then I give a shout out to Derek Stewart over at Exclusive Designs for my wrap.
Love it. Actually, so Keith actually had the fastest lap at 12.800. You had a 12.801.
You gotta give Keith everything, I guess.
Yeah, but he finished third in that heat race though, so we won't. And he's off the lead lap because of what happened earlier. So hey, these things happen. He didn't finish inside the top 3. He didn't get a podium today. So you guys one upped him.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do that.
Sometimes, yes, definitely sometimes.
But
all right, Charles. Good luck this week in your races, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, sir. You too.
That's Barnes, the 121. He gets P2 finish today, or P3 finish today, and ends it on a high note. Congratulations to the drivers. Congratulations to everybody. I appreciate everybody being out there. Much love to you. Justin Brown finished P3. Yeah, Jaden, I appreciate you, man. Yeah. I did see it. I had to talk about it. Charles came around and at least we got to hear his side of the story on that one too. We did watch it. We did watch what happened. It was unfortunate, but these things do happen. It is part of the racing deal that we do. But Jamie Massey gets the victory here today and turns it on. He did turn it on. How about them apples? These drivers are just killing it. Just killing it. The more they run, the more I learn about what their drive style is, and excuse me. And it's been a good segment. It's been a good series. Excuse me, I get the hiccups. But this one's been good. This was a lot of good takeaways here from this one. Apex Designs. Make sure you go check them out. Facebook.com/Apex Designs. Make sure you check out Reaper as well. The Discord link I put down there. Thank you to Fusion Setup Shop for giving us all of the action here for this Reaper Racing Pro Late Model Series. It's been a good time. It's been a good race. This one last week we had cautions. This week we had a couple of cautions, but it wasn't anything. There was a long green flag run. That 60 laps really put some time in there. Thank you to Cheap on RC Raceway, Red Pirate Bar and Grill. Make sure if you're in Florida, you check out both of those locations. And of course, and always, thank you to PFEFFER, MFJ, and all the fine folks over there. You see a Lunatic right there, Colostrum Engraving. Check them all out, folks. Thank you to my sponsors, NordVPN, of course. Thank you to, of course, Beef Jerky Unlimited and Dark Horizon Fishing. Should thank Chop Shop as well. Could have thank those guys for what they do. Oh, Melvin's Lawn Care. I got to keep remembering Melvin. I need to make his logo bigger in that little slideshow thing I've got going on right there. So that way I always put him out there. And then thank you to, of course, all the people out there that support us and do what we do. Noma TV, of course, another iRacing broadcaster out there that we love. Yeah, it's gonna be good. We'll be back next week. Actually, I'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna be running some road course racing with the 802 Cup Series. They're gonna be back tomorrow. They're gonna run Sonoma for about 45 or 50 laps or something like that. Back to dirt racing on Monday night for the Chop Shop Racing Series. They're gonna be running their first of 20 races, and then Tuesday night. We'll be back with their truck series and kind of back to business as usual. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time, and I'm very much looking forward to it. So be good, be safe, be kind to one another, folks. Because if you're not, well, then you know the deal. We'll see you to the next one.